Hi, hello, and welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into Virgo. Okay, that's going to be between the 2nd and the 4th of September, give or take half a day, depending on where you are in the world. And as of course, Vertex of Abundance is the galactic temple of ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. If anything that is said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. There's always more information in the show notes or the about section or the description box. We're having some kind of getting ready to move on, move forward, or some kind of victory or triumph or something of that nature. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Lover's card. So somebody here can have their Mars in Gemini with this Nine of Swords and the Lover's card. Somebody here could be a Sagittarius descendant or have their Mercury somewhere in Sagittarius with the Page of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Oh, excuse me. Okay, well, that is something about maturing. Somebody's finally wanting to take action of some kind, and it's the Eight of Wands. So this means we're feeling expansive in some kind of way. We also have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. So the pages would talk about the 7th house, the Knights would talk about the 1st house. We also have the King of Cups here, so that would be talking about the 10th house or the Sun. So I'm getting that somebody is a Virgo rising and they have their Sun there. They have their Sun sign in the 1st house. So that's actually pretty powerful. Okay, so we have a God combination here, the Hangman and the Knight of Cups. That could also be a Uranus Sun aspect. So what I'm getting so far is that there's some torture from a group. There's like a coven or a cabal or a community, even a clique, doing something towards. There's some collective energy, more of a smaller network, maybe even a smaller community, torturing someone. Is coming back to us, or something that they were doing in the past got blocked. It's backfiring. There can be spell work with an 8, because there's a double 8 here already. So that could be also energy projection. There's been some kind of indulgence of time, and the energy is taking on a physical form. 8 of Pentacles. And it's coming toward us, but we have some kind of ancestral protection with this Knight of Cups, especially with this Three of Wands here. We're getting some kind of warning, or we're seeing things, we're seeing signs, we're seeing symbols. And it is definitely some kind of community. They're making karmic causes. They might not know. Now with this is a new moon time. So we have a 1st house event. So that's our spirit, karma, life, path, destiny. We may have been getting signs for the last couple of months. We'll be thinking about somebody and we'll see them pass across our path, whether we like have an interaction with them or not. For instance, I live downtown. I see people out my window all the time. You know, I'm involved in a couple different things, mainly volunteer work. So I'll get little shots all the time. Like I'll see, you know, somebody was mean to me 6 months ago. I'll see them struggling. You know, they won't even see me notice them. I'll get little messages. I'll see their birthday, and I'll get a text message with the little timestamp. I'll see it in the license plate in the email um, time or whatever. So we're getting little shots. That's something very particular when you have a couple of different cards. It can be the Star card, it can be the Empress card, it can be the high priestess represents the moon, and then something like the Nine of Swords or the Tower or even the Seven of Wands. Um, it's like a Mars Moon energy where something kind of boomerangs. That's Mars Moon energy can be a boomerang. Um, and it can also be warnings. It depends on what kind of gift we have. We all have a special gift. I mean, the gifts, spiritual gifts are divided into categories. So we each our gifts pop up in different categories. Some people have a good singing voice, other people are good dancers, other people have good eyes, other people have good noses, you know what I mean? So we're getting little shots across the bow, um, where it's basically saying like karma is returning to the origin source. It might have been very carefully, you know, um, this is what the moon is about. We're returning back to our origin. We're returning back to source. Something's kind of resetting back to the beginning, but now we have all this knowledge. We have all this education. We have all this kind of refinement. Because we're entering into a mastery place here with this King of Pentacles, especially the King of Pentacles, Three of Wands. It's like finally we're beginning to see the fruits of our labor, or we're beginning to understand our mastery, or finally we've gotten the handle of something when before we were struggling. Nine of Swords. Because Spirit, Karma, Life Path, Destiny in general is starting to take action, take traction. And we're interacting with the universe a little bit, maybe even the Lord with the Hangman and the King of Cups here. With the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, it means we are beginning to have some kind of compounding, or we're beginning to bear fruit in some kind of way. We're also tapped in maybe to our grind, maybe to whatever our duties are. We might be on that grind, on that hustle, on that flow. It can be backbreaking work or a lot of work. We may be buckling under the weight of some of our projects. We also might have some kind of following or community or group of supporters. It's very true with the Lovers and the Star card. There's something hidden from us. There's something that should be obvious to us that we need to see from a different perspective here. There's also a delay to our destiny, Star card, Hangman. We're trying to be prepared for spiritual blessings in the shape of material abundance. And honestly, we were already notified of that. That energy has been coming out a lot. Three of Pentacles. So there's collaborations. Three of Pentacles, when it's talking about spiritual work, actually can be angelic assistance or an altar. But the Page of Pentacles, I've been seeing that a lot. And then it finally came to the third dimension. So that means it's already happened, because this is in the area of already happened. But now we're like feeling some kind of way about it, Nine of Swords. So we could be getting tortured, haunted about it, that we can have to confront some things or have to do things that we haven't wanted to do for some time or haven't been able to do. It could be anything from paying your taxes to planning a funeral to calling somebody back to paying off a debt, paying off a loan, going back to work after you've been on vacation. It's those things that you're kind of begrudging, bemoaning, belaboring. This is saying we're having to notice the gifts we've been given, because they're going to create some kind of stability foundation in our life. So if we don't take action in some way towards our gifts, it's going to create karma. That much I know already. Yeah, because we've been chosen. We have a triple nine here. So I'm curious why we have three nines. because something's finally over. Some kind of forced isolation is over. We're being prepared to move on, move forward, and it's to navigate groups. We might have been frozen out of a group because it wasn't the right place. There's this meme going around saying the reason God might have removed you from some tables is because we didn't realize we were being served poison there. And there needs to be some recognition of our self-worth, value, what we deserve with that judgment, which is an aha moment or an executive decision. And this Queen of Pentacles, Regina Denari here. We're getting a delayed message about something that's been going on. And this is in respect to some kind of organization or group that we belong to. Unity, community partnerships. It could be anything from coworkers to neighbors to. I'm not seeing an individual union. So tell me, claro, there's multiple kings. We have a triple king. It feels like we have triple king, but we don't. We have a double page, a double prince, a double king, a triple nine, and we actually will have a triple prince here, a knight. And the ruler of all the knights is here with the chariot, nine of swords, chariot, queen of swords, empress, knight of cups, knight of pentacles, king of cups, king of pentacles, page of wands, page of pentacles. But tell me about the double pages. Okay, I was going to say somebody has their Venus in Gemini, and this popped out. Yeah, this is interesting here because unfortunately, this is somebody really trying desperately to strip us. There was a group or somebody in a group that thought they needed to battle us for some reason. We might have shown up, and I'm hardcore. I'm alpha. I'll come hard, come harder. I have no problem meeting conflict. I don't like to create it. So I've learned recently that the way I see the world is not the world as it is, and I know that's the case for everybody. But there's some obvious things that were never obvious to me. I had to get a clue. It took me a while to circle back around and get with the program. So I didn't notice that people kind of believe whatever they believe because their feelings get hurt or whatever. Like I'm not pain avoidant and pleasure seeking. I didn't realize that that's how normal people are. If something hurts, I barely notice. So I think there was some kind of shunning. And I want to be very clear with the new moon or with when you're beginning a cycle in the first house, it's saying the beginning of something after recovering from something, even if we're not fully out of a previous cycle. Something new is being added to the cycle, or we're moving on from the finishing of something else. And I am understanding that something's been going on for a while, and a new element of this thing is being added into our life. And I'm feeling it's some understanding, because this is saying the clarification is saying like some little hoe in a group that we belong to. It can be coworkers, it can be our apartment building, it can be some social group we belong to. I'm not getting family yet unless the father is around. And I don't know why I'm saying this because it's not going to be true for everybody, but a lot of the people I work with, the dad's not in the picture. Okay. But we do have Sun in Cancer. So King of Cups with the Chariot card, Sun in Cancer. We also have the 8, 9, and 10 of Wands. So that's some kind of burden. and it's been growing and it's been mounting and it's been festering. Because it's not just that, because it's 8, 9, 10 of wands, and you also have the 11. The pages are grade 11. Queens are 12, kings are 13, knights are 14. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11 of the bastione, the fire. So then when it's like that, it means a message from the battleground. And we have a bunch of chariots out, three of the minor chariot and one of the major chariot. It's actually here on the board. So this rules all the knights. And then we have a raider here with a war. This is a war combination. So it's saying like somebody is a singular person in a group has been trying to collaborate to be mean. They feel justified in freezing us out, locking us out, being rude, being mean, icing us out in some kind of way. And honestly, it took until just recently for us to wake up to this, because it's been going on for some time. Four of Cups, placidity. They're trying to get a rise out of us. They want to see us either be less boring. We're cold-blooded to them, and cold-blooded doesn't always mean like heartless. It means not getting a reaction. It's better when you're hot, because you can tell that a person. People do this. It doesn't make sense to me, but a lot of people want to know that you care or la-di-da. Like when you're even and stoic and unreadable and disagreeable and unapproachable and accessible, that's actually more a problem for them than you being crazy and all over the place. That don't make no sense to me. I like a stoic hoe. I like a refined, staunch, I prefer that, but apparently that's not what people want. I like the steely little demeanor. I like the Aquarius energy. Apparently that's not the way to go. We also have Knight of Swords with the Aquarius card, the star card, so that could mean Mars in Aquarius or Aquarius rising. We also have somebody with their Mars in Gemini, probably in the first house. We also have somebody here with their, who's a Gemini rising, lovers in the Knight of Swords. That's Gemini rising, Mars in Gemini, and it's very true because the Nine of Swords is out here too, so that's confirmation. But also, somebody here has their Mars in Gemini and their Mercury, Moon, or Sagittarius in Sagittarius. So if that's a very powerful combination to have your Mars opposed your Saturn, or your Mars opposed your Moon, or your Mars opposed your Mercury. That creates all this. It's like a bow and arrow that's always cocked and ready to go. All you need to do is put a weapon, put a bullet there, and bing, there you go. So somebody here is like consistently triggered, and it's coming up in the opposing energy. So we might be in the crosshairs of somebody. Typically, I can tell a lot more when there's a queen. Oh, we have a Queen of Swords here. So we also have an Aquarian moon and a Gemini moon here, or it would be the bottom of the chart, which would make a Scorpio rising or a Pisces rising. Because this is saying we've been sitting in somebody's crosshairs, they're waiting for a moment to strike and they need us to have some kind of reaction. And that hasn't happened. That's very common with chosen children, though. The Nine of Wands is evil eye, and the Nine of Swords is a spiritual attachment. So this is telling me this combination together would suggest to me like there's an energy that we put out, whether it's negative or positive, that somebody is reacting to. And sometimes, our light is offend somebody's demons, and we do have the star card on our side with the Three of Wands on our side. So it means we're kind of high vibrational and somebody's a bugaboo. They've been waiting and seeing. So this is somebody that their plans are delayed, their strategy, their agenda is delayed. Hangman and Magetto, the magician. And really what it is that they're in some type of organization. So it's ringing to me like we belong to some type of group or unit, probably work, because I'm not getting family here. Although the King of Cups and the Chariot can talk about paternity, to be honest. And the Empress can talk about ancestry. And that's Mama Chamba Papa Ade, by the way, which in Orisha would be Oshun Achosi. So I'm just putting the, but I'm not getting the vibe. It's not how it's ringing to me. Honestly, we're in some kind of group. We're getting the stank guy, and it doesn't have to be a group since we're dealing with the first house. It's literally like the energy we put out, because the first house is your attitude towards the world, and your auric field, the energy that you put out. And this is the High Priestess, so we're just now becoming illuminated or gaining insight into something that's been going on for some time. I think the cycle is going to continue, but it's not going to continue with us being idiota. We're finally going to be aware, awakened, enlightened, healed, and even. Because we are the one who's reached some kind of mastery. We have the King of Pentacles here. And then I just saw the King of Cups again. So we also have Moon in Cancer here, or that could be, yeah, it's Moon in Cancer. So people are projecting when they look at us that we're mysterious. They can't really understand what's going on. They're also some kind of embattled and bitter, or it might even be an online community. They're looking at our social networking and they're not. We can be mistaken, misjudged, misperceived, it's not mistreated or misused. It's just mistaken, misjudged, misperceived. With the Seven of Cups, that's the online identity or our name, or it could be an altar, a prayer altar. Yeah, with the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a warning. It's a trigger. Something is going to end. There's some kind of ego death or transformation with the Death card. Somebody could have their Venus in Scorpio here, but it's an opponent. It's not us, not somebody watching. And if we are the ones watching and we have our Venus in Scorpio, there's another person around with their Venus in Scorpio. The Queen of Swords came back. But this is talking about a Libra moon. It wouldn't be us. And again, the evil eye. So we're getting the evil eye from somebody. They're sitting in a position of power, a seat of authority, and they want us out. They want us gone. They're needing to see us suffer for some reason. Probably because they feel offended in some way. They're wounded. Four of Swords. So they need to heal. Queen of Swords, Four of Swords. The Four of Swords means trauma or quarantine. It also, if it's a legal situation, it's the bench, like going to the bench. So it's the pulpit where the judge rules from, it imposes judgments. If there's protection, typically it's put in place by the angels, not the ancestors. That would be the Four of Wands. Also, it could be the throne of God, but the judgment card is not out. And if it was the justice card, it would be the judges where the judge sits. The vibe that I'm getting is that we belong to some kind of group, community, network. And there's somebody there for a while that's been giving us the evil eye and torturing us. It doesn't feel like spirit attachment. There's no devil here anyways, or any fives. We've been getting iced out, and we're finally going to become aware of who and what and why. I'll tell you, they feel wounded in some kind of way. Queen of Swords is the need. So they need to heal. They need protection. And it's a burden for them. They've been carrying this burden, 10 of Wands. But they're doing some kind of clicky bull-ish. That's what I'm getting. Some kind of collaboration, cooperation. Yeah. They're kind of crab in a bucket. Because we're high vibrational, Empress. Let me put it to you. We're high vibrational. Somebody here has their Saturn in a water sign. It's probably Taurus, and that would be the first house. Their Pisces rising. They would have the Saturn in Pisces, first house. They could also be a Scorpio rising with Mars there. And it's not us, it's the other person. So I don't get it, because a lot of Pisces risings, they don't dwell or fester unless it's something dreamy, artistic. It's the Scorpio rising that would dwell and fester, but the Scorpio risings, they will tell you what's going on, or they'll just completely cut you off. You will never find out about how they're doing something wrong to you until they tell you. It's the Pisces rising that you'll figure out. So this is kind of interesting read. Now, a bunch of kings is a partnership, a bunch of knights is a battle. A bunch of pays, it talks about students or children. So this is some kind of fellowship, is what I'm getting, because these pages, I just clarified them, and it's a fellowship. Somebody wanted us to feel that their intention is to make us feel like broken up with, excommunicado. Okay, I'm just hearing conversations now, so I do know what this is. Like I said, it's a group. They tried to ice us out. We've actually been being attacked, and we're feeling haunted in some way, but we've been looking at ourselves, seeing where we're the blame, when really somebody wanted to keep us in the crosshairs. And I mean, the word is sacrifice, but it's not like a spirit sacrifice where they tried to give us to the devil or something like that. Sacrifice is just doing us harm so that they can get a leg up. They're trying to feel better because they perceive us as doing something to them, but honestly, they have poor understanding. And it's not talking about an individual person, but it did say this person sitting in a seat of power. And they convinced a few key people in this group that we're not bad news, we're no good. And that's not the case. They just kind of, I don't know, because they want us to love them. And it doesn't have to be like filial love, like hanky panky. It's more like, be my friend, love me, give me affection, adoration. And we about that business. We were standing on business, and they couldn't come through, pull through, come hard, come harder. They kind of came at us in a way where they got shoved off or repelled back, pushed back with their energy. That's one of my lines. You know, you've gone 5 steps too far over the line. Now I need to push you back 10 steps. Back, back, get back, get back. You know, it's all fun and games until somebody crosses the line, then they F around and find out. Yeah, so this person's buckling under the weight of their karmic causes, but literally they actually stripped themselves because they gave us the evil eye, and it's coming back on them. It's a boomerang energy. Didn't I say that? Mars and the moon can be boomerang or backfire. It's also like a loaded gun energy, Mars and the moon. And we have a few of that here. Mars and the moon, Mars and the moon. Yeah, and then there's the judgment card. So I completely called it. And we have at the third 5 here. Yeah, so somebody's of an opposing mind. And what the the only thing they recognize is being fawned all over or getting affection or whatever. And we're just kind of aloof. We're inaccessible in some kind of way. Approachable. High Priestess is approachable, but they're inaccessible. It's not that they're disagreeable or agreeable, they're just inaccessible. You can approach them, but they're inaccessible. You cannot read them, they're too deep and mysterious. And if you're unhealed, unawakened, what you see is a projection. Okay, so we clarified that the best we could. Let's go to the solution here, because we figured out so I pray this person gets some healing and that they have their awakening. Here's the devil. So there isn't a spirit attachment here. Their evil eye did something. So they would be the same spiritual rank as us, which is high. I know if you're watching this. Yeah, because they have Azevud in the sticky tongue. They have something that they did. They were cursing our name under their breath, or they took something the wrong way. And it started to gain some traction, but we got out of that vibration. So it's starting to backfire because I know even if we did something wrong, it shouldn't have stayed wrong. We kept getting better. Even if we were stupid or unawakened or unhealed or whatever, the moment we knew better, we would have done better. And even if we didn't know better, we kept improving. We kept working on ourselves. We kept doing our work, healing in some kind of way. And there's been changes made, but this is going to be bound down. This energy that they put on us is going to be bound down. And a lot of people put stuff on us, or they try without knowing. Because we got that message from the battleground, Page of Wands. Now we have, and that's from a soldier, from the actual combatant. And then now we have a message from the officer, Page of Swords. There's a difference between officers and soldiers. They might still be both on the battleground at the front line, but one is actually involved in the fight and one is involved in the strategy. So there's a delayed message. There's a negative connotation here as well, because when you have the Page of Swords, Page of Wands with the devil, that can talk about Judith, Jezebel, Jonas, Delilah. There might have been some spell work, energy projection. I don't think it was intentional. This person spent a lot of time ruminating, oscillating, vacillating, and with their butthurt feelings. And they were successful for some time, but there's something latent here. No, I'll be honest, they did strike upon us. They marshaled resources. They scrambled, which meant pulled something together. But it's buckling. It's difficult to carry. And it created karma that they're not able to pay for. Sometimes people will attack us with energy, and if the energy boomerangs, they don't have enough protection to shield themselves or shelter from the energy they sent us. Because we're walking out of the Eight of Cups. We actually just withdrew our energy. And that energy that they sent towards us got bound down, Five of Pentacles. It's starting to boomerang, Nine of Swords. We're breaking free, Fool card. Whatever mastery we've got is coming forward towards us, King of Pentacles, Three of Wands. We have a loving, caring, generous heart. We actually take actions from the heart, Knight of Cups. And if we do have the Nine of Swords on us, or the thing to do would be Mars energy. And so the Knight of Cups is Mars energy here. So we're desiring them to withdraw, to move on, to move forward, to mature, to get to higher ground. Knight of Cups, Eight of Cups. They're feeling safe and secure now, but they don't realize that they're buckling under the weight of their karmic causes. Somebody might have their Mars in Capricorn, the Magician and the Devil, or they could be a trickster, but a malevolent one, not a jovial one. This is somebody who is a warlock, magician with the, it can be sorcery, but we don't have the Queen of Pentacles. This is a warlock. Okay, it is sorcery because they're trying to get into our heart chakra. That's more sorcery than bad witchcraft. There's hidden agendas and ulterior motives, and there's something that's is cloaked both about us to them, and we've been. So they're planning to rectify the situation, but it might take them a little while to realize what they've done. Because ultimately the situation was a blessing and I was getting that, but I couldn't, because they want to hold some type of ground. So honestly, this reads like somebody thought they were going to teach us a lesson. I don't understand that, but it would be that any Emperor card would tell us that. So the 2, 3, 4 of Wands with a couple Kings would confirm that energy. And that is what I'm getting. So, but this is first house. So we're going to start to leave places that don't serve us. This is, the reading here is mastering things that don't serve us. What happened is we left, we got our energy back. We recalled, reclaimed, returned the rightful owner, not returned the sender. But it took a while for us to leave and we were stuck in that place for a while. See, the Page of Swords is a delayed message. The Knight of Pentacles is a delayed arrival, a late arrival. So we need to pull from the Egyptian Oracle. Yeah, this set is the resentment. So this is the person that is they want to counter you. They want to do exactly the opposite of what we're doing. They're always gonna be the devil's advocate, be the naysayer, be the hater, be the opposer, be the adversary. And literally it's the beginning of darkness when this person comes around, because they're holding space for the negative energy to come in, the devil or hatred or opposition or darkness. They're not the sign of, it's kind of like the harbinger of death or the harbinger of evil, but they're not the spirit of it. So they're a negative, toxic influence. And you have hell on earth whenever you have the 10 of Wands and the devil, it's hell on earth. 5 of Wands would be hellfire, 10 of Wands would be hell. Now, somebody here could be an Aries rising or Capricorn sun. And that's what I'm getting. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. Take good care. Comment in the show notes if this makes any sense to you, because this was a bit confusing. I would need to expand the reading and keep going, but we've spent enough time. Take good care. Bye.